What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and today we've got a prospect update with Kieron Walton. One of the more interesting prospects in the Jets organization and in the NHL as a whole. Big hulking forward that can play make and can score. We're going to be talking about him right now. But Kieron Walton, playing for the Sudbury Wolves of the OHL this season, 18 years old, currently will be 19th on April 22nd, 6'6", 212-pound monster at the age of 18, might I add, drafted in the 6th round, 187th overall by the Jets in this past year's draft. This guy is massive. He's got that pro build already at 18 years old, and this isn't just some clunker out there. This is a guy that can move, this is a guy that can skate, and he's got some sweet hands, some sweet playmaking ability, and that's what we're going to be talking about next year. This is a prospect last season that had, decent production, but, 43 points in 65 games for the Wolves last season. That's a big reason why he fell so far in the draft. If he did what he did this season, playing 66 games and putting up 92 points, who knows where he would have been drafted. He could have been, top 100 pick for sure, higher than that. But this season he exploded. Came out of nowhere, 92 points, 38 goals, 54 assists. That's good enough for 9th in OHL scoring. Are you kidding me? So Kieron Walton is not just a tall guy that goes in the corners and digs pucks out. He can do that too, but he's got some legit skating ability. You don't see that often for a 6'6" player, never mind a 6'6" forward. He's got some sweet mitts, and he can shoot the puck. And I'm going to show you some examples of that right now. Watch this play. I watched this clip like 1,000 times. He's going to skate through the whole team, end to end, split the D, forehand, backhand, scores. That's star shit, man. That's crazy. Kieron Walton, we're going to watch it one more time, just because we can here. Watch this. Comes through here. Okay, you got 2D. Yeah, I'm going to go right through both of them. And then scores. I understand, maybe not great D, but that was pretty cool. Not only does he have some sweet hands, he has a hard shot, and that's on display right there. Pretty nice goal. We're going to watch it one more time. Bang, cross crease, beauty. Then he makes a nice little play here, just chipping the puck up to his guy in the slot, scores. So super nice, just little touch play, just a little IQ play by Walton here. Going to watch it one more time. He's just going to fork it up to his guy so he can get his slot shot. Love that. And one more thing I want to show here. He's going to, just slide this over to his teammate once again on the doorstep to create a scoring chance instead of ripping it. Just that IQ on display again, the vision, finding his guy, everybody committing over to Walton, and he just slides it over to his guy to, just bury it. So Walton, not only is he big, not only does he have hands, not only can he shoot, but he's also a pretty smart player. So all of this has built up to a breakout year for Kieron Walton, and it's led to him getting an entry-level contract from the Winnipeg Jets. Said, you know what, it's time. You need to be a part of our organization. So what does that mean? Right now it means that he's going to be playing for the Manitoba Moose. Still hasn't gotten game action as I make this video, but I don't think it'll be too long. Moose will not be making the playoffs this season, so I do think that he'll get a game or two before the end of the year, and that's pretty cool for Kieron. He'll be at Jets training camp next season, and he's a guy that I think could stick around for a little bit of an extended stay, maybe not make the final roster heading into next year, but I do think that he could for sure make an impression if we see any of what we saw in the OHL this year from him. And with him being so big too, teams like that pro frame, obviously with Kieron it's just even more elevated, 6'6", who knows what he'll be weighing at training camp next year, but 200 plus pound forward, are you kidding me, right? So I think Kieron's got a pretty good shot to turn some heads come next season. Now, when I think of, NHL players that are good comps for Kieron Walton, I can only really think of one, that really emulates Kieron Walton, and it's Alexei Protas over there from the Washington Capitals. A big forward that can skate, that has, playmaking ability, can shoot the puck, has sweet mitts. It's really just looking at, a finished product of a Kieron Walton, right? I think that's what Kieron Walton could turn into if he keeps this going forward, because you know, you just look at the talent that he has in the OHL. You look at what, you know, he's done in his OHL career. If he can translate that to the pros, and we'll see that very soon with the Moose, we may be sitting here, you know, 10 years from now saying, wow, how did that guy go in the 6th round, right? So Kieron Walton, very interesting prospect. I hope that one day we see him in the NHL. I think it'll be, you know, a couple years before we do. But, you know, when we do, I don't think it'll be a disappointment whatsoever. I think he's got, you know, big things ahead of him. But that'll pretty much wrap up this video on Kieron Walton. Just wanted to talk about him, newly signed to that ELC, and, you know, going to be making his pro hockey debut before long here with the Manitoba Moose. Maybe he gets an extended stay with the Jets in the, you know, training camp. Maybe he does make the team out of camp. Who knows? You know, that'd be quite the story. But, you know, just 18 years old as I make this video, doing some pretty crazy things for an 18-year-old to be doing in the hockey world. So, I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think about Kieron Walton? Let me know down below. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Go Jets, go. Bye-bye.